Hey kids, welcome back to another episode of Matt shows off the team he's building. I didn't do work on the intro again. This is week 2 PTL facing I gotta facing Jack in the Yeoveltal town. He was our second last battle of the NSTL. We beat him, slight luck, a little bit of luck, tiny bit, and totally different teams now, different play style. We are both 1-1. Jack won his first battle 2-0, a little bit of luck, and I won my first battle 4-0. So we got the differential advantage. Do we have the team advantage? I'd say no. This team is pretty rough. So Like and Rock Day should probably be red. Honestly, that thing really messes me up. That's basically the main reason Virizion is green. Is because a sword stance guy really messes me up. Because presumably he would be like sword stance, drill run, stone edge, Z move, accelerate rock, and that kills everything I have. So it's not great. So I may have to play around that a little bit. Rabambi is just like annoying. I don't really care that much about it. I mean, freaking Celestial handles it pretty well. Arcanine handles it also pretty well. I'm bringing those. Victini Zygarde, I've built a lot around, and I think my team has good matchups against those mons specifically. But that's part of the things that leave me open to Lycan Rock so much. And then the rest are just kind of yellow or orange because either Tangrowth and Megasteelix are just bulky and annoying to deal with, and Vaporeon should probably be orange over like Tangrowth. That's okay, so I'll just go right into it. I have Frostlass Scarfed. Now, I already have answers for Victini and Zygarde. Do I need Scarf Frostlass? No. The more I think about it, do I really want to bring Virizion? Yeah. Ooh. I may have to rethink this one again, because D-Train poisoned my mind again. We may change this one, but right now it's like outspeed Scarf Victini. Outspeed +1 Zygarde and can't be E-speeded. I mean, yeah, I could Destiny Bond, but like a Rock with Accelerock just like makes this kind of worthless. Hits Bandabuzz well, can trick basically anything that isn't Steelix. You could Destiny Bond something. It's like it is like decent. It's just that Accelerock is really spooking me, and I didn't really need any other moves besides Shadow Ball and Ice Beam, so I'll have to consider that. You may see a different team in the battle. Unlike week 1, I have not battled yet, so we'll just, pretend that's a thing. So here is Zero Aura coming back. Just speedy. I actually, max speed Rabambi is 194. It's actually the perfect speed tier. So I'm just going to be running bulk and stuff, or not bulk, I'm just going to be running damage. So, I mean, this thing really does mess up his team. Ignoring the potential of, like, a +2 Accelerock to kill me. Rabambi, Lycan Rock Victini, all messed up by electric moves. Zygarde, I have the Draconium Z. Mandibuzz Electric, Arbok Electric, Hitmontop, Hypno Vaporeon. I have Fire Punch for Tangrowth, not ideal, but I don't know. And Fire Punch also for Mega Steelix. Not the best, but it could work. And bulk up. I mean, I could bulk up on Mega Steelix or Tangrowth depending on what moves they have. So this thing has a really good matchup. I'm sure he's ready for me to bring it, but there's not much he can do outside of like Wakan Berries and maybe like Zygarde will be scarfed, but that'd be kind of dumb. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Zygarde does fuck me up. I don't know. So here is Celestealer. I have an Akaberry in case I need to take a hit from Victini, and I am just max defense annoyance. So basically things like Rabambi, Zygarde, stuff that's gonna want to try to like murder me. I'll be able to, Leech Seed, Stall, protect them. I mean, yeah, Zygarde can... It takes a second 1,000 arrows to be super effective, so the first one won't do much, especially when I'm defensive. But, so basically anything... I mean, Arbok, I can still Leech Seed and Earthquake. I mean, like, this thing, really messes up his team. I mean, Tangrowth, I can just Toxic Stall if it comes to it. So I got a lot of good stuff going on. against this team with the Celestial. So I'm hoping for good things. Like I said, Lycanroc could be scary. Even like +2 Splinter and Storm Shards or whatever would probably take me out or come close. I mean, I guess I could protect. I don't know. We'll see. I'm fine with this. I could be lefties, but I just I'm seeing some situation where like I'm just better off going for. I don't know. I guess a Victini I can always protect. I don't know. So I have the Akaberry just in case. I'm more worried about fire moves than electric. So we'll see. We'll just have to see. I'll have to play well. This is one of those I have to play well matchups. So Nidoking comes in. It just obliterates his defensive guys. So Steelix gonna get pounded. Tangrowth gonna get pounded. Vaporeon with Thunderbolt still a decent amount. Hypno, yeah. I don't know. Cavagrius, yeah. Arbok, sure. Mandibuzz, sure. I have enough speed to outspeed those. So I mean, like this thing like murders everything. Yeah, Victini would like probably kill me. Zygarde would probably kill me. Lycanroc with Drillworm would kill me. And Ribombee with Psychic could kill me. So it's just one of the things where, I mean, that's generally what Nidoking does, is it murders defensive guys with coverage and offense, and then anything that outspeeds it can just murder it. So I still think it's good. I'm well aware of my Stealth Rock weakness this match. Arcanine and Frostlass both weak, and Baragon my only like 6% damage. Altaria takes 25 on the first switch. I don't have an obvious defogger. It would have to be Altaria, which I'm just telling you I'm not bringing. So yeah. So I'm expecting him to want to get rocks up. So I may. It's tough because if Steelix is his rocker, I want to lead Baragon. If Lycanroc Day is his rocker, then I want to lead something like I don't know who. I don't know. Maybe Celestial, because it's. I guess Celestial is probably a good lead. He could lead Victini, but that's what I protect for. But like, and I could scout if he's scarfed or not. I don't know, stuff like that. So, because I was just thinking like, oh, if he sees my team and says like rocks are going to be really good, and then it's like Frostlass, Zero Aura, even Celestial a little bit, Altaria. Even Arcanine a little bit. Steelix I don't have a ton for. I really just have Nidoking for. So he may very well feel safe leading with the Mega Steelix to try to get rocks up. And I could lead Nidoking, either get Earth Power momentum or do whatever. Because he basically, the only thing that could switch into an Earth Power sort of would be Mandibuzz. And I still have special moves to hit it. I can switch out into anybody. Probably. It's probably got knockoff, but I could still go into Celestial. So just stuff like that starts throwing out Toxics. It's a good plan. I'll have to see what team he brings, because if he has, Lycanroc's probably coming 100%, but it depends if he wants to put rocks on Lycanroc, which he likes to do, or if he sees that Sword Stance Accelerock just messes me up if I don't have a Scarfer. But he may think Nidoking's scarfed or sashed. I don't know what he said. Playing, predicting is gonna be a big thing. So here's Altaria. That's kind of an interesting one. I think I could very easily get a late game sweep with this thing. Like I said, bulk. Unless Zygarde. Nothing he has besides Ribombee really hits me. Ribombee's scarfed. That's like, that's a lot less worrying. Oh, he might have sticky webs. Ribombee gets sticky webs, right? I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll put Defog over Roost. But so I think Dragon Dance, I could kill. If Victini's hurt, I can kill it. Lycanroc, Ribombee, Zygarde with Return, Mandibuzz with Return, Arbok with that. Come on, Return, Earthquake hits his whole team. Like Tangrowth and Steelix would be the worst one. So if I've whittled them at all, that could be a late game option. And Roost could be good if I'm facing something like Mandibuzz, if it doesn't have Foul Play or Toxic, or Foul Play might not still do that much, or Vaporeon maybe. You could try to fish for a burn, and I could just get my health back. Or Tangrowth. Maybe this should be Defog. I'll just run it just in case. It's kind of a weird set to run Defog on my offensive guy, but if it comes down to it, I'll need to do that. And the Dragonette's Return Earthquake combo is still good enough. Since I'm not running defensive and toxic and stuff, I don't necessarily need the Roost, if that makes sense. But I could, that's a risky play, but definitely something I'll consider. And then finally, Arcanine, physically defensive, Rocky Helmet, Intimidate, can intimidate Victini, can intimidate Lycanroc, but not really take a hit, can intimidate Zygarde and sort of take a hit. I have Toxic for like Vaporeon or whatever. I mean, like in hindsight, Steelix kind of messes this thing up, but I guess -1 Morning Sun and physically defensive, I could probably still take -1. I probably take like 40% from an Earthquake, 50%, and then I'll outspeed. I'll probably take like 60, 70%. I don't know. Like I said, like this is gonna be a huge week for playing. I think like turn one leads will be huge. Basically, like okay, so like here's the way Jack likes to play is to play just like 1% above safe, if that makes sense. Like he makes a play where it's like, well, if this doesn't work, he plays kind of similar to me essentially, where it's like, well, if this doesn't work, I'll still be fine, but if it does work, it'll put me at further than the safe play. Because what he'll do a lot is he'll go for rocks on a turn where he has like an advantage. So like Lycanroc's in on anybody that Lycanroc is in on Nidoking. I was like, oh yeah, he has Drill Run. I have to get out of there. I'm not Scarf. He'll go for rocks or Altaria. It doesn't work as much because I don't have a very clear, obvious thing that Lycanroc is weak to. But like if I can lead with something that has the disadvantage to like lull him to make that somewhat safe play, but then punish him with something he wouldn't expect or something like, I don't know, it's weird, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, say I did lead with Arcanine and he leads with Zygarde, and it's like he'll want to do something, and I'll just roar. I don't know. I guess that doesn't work. But you know what I mean. Like Zygarde in on a Arcanine. It's like if he has substitute, he'd go for it, expecting any a Will-O-Wisp or something. Then I could roar him because normally I would switch out stuff like that. Like he'll make like the go for the Stealth Rock on the switch, go for this on the switch. Like not the predict the next Mon and use a different move. Or like for coverage, it's like, I should go for Earthquake here, but I'm going to go for Stone Edge because I'm predicting a Flying type to come in. It's like they're like if they don't switch here, like their thing is dead, and even if they don't, I'll take like 50%. So I'm just gonna get Rocks up, and it's like if I can get him in those situations and know what he's gonna do, that could swing momentum in my favor huge. But I don't see a lot of matchups between the moves, Mons, and that to make that happen. I'm just like rambling so bad. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think I'll keep this team. I think I will. If I get swept by Lycanroc, like that's like something to keep in mind for the future. Like if I lose this match, I'm not going to be like, ooh, bah, girl. It's week 2. Yeah, if I don't, if I especially if I can keep a positive differential, I'll be fine. I technically started 1-1 last season, so like I'm not super worried about it. I'm very hyper aware of this matchup. It's just I need to kind of see, because basically what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, there are two different threats, and they're saying which one do I want to cover more, the one that could sweep me or the one that could sweep me, and it's like, well, I have more answers for one of them, and that's basically it. Because like I said, Jack's weird too, because he's very interesting in what he brings, so that Hitmonchan can totally come. He is very hard to predict which mons are coming, but like once you're there, you just have to play around it. So yeah, so very very easily Zygarde could just not come, because I have Altaria, because I have Sword of Celesteela. He very well may not bring Zygarde, and that brings Frostlass down usage. Okay, now I have Mandibuzz, Victini, and Tricking for his weaker guys. Okay. What if Victini doesn't come? He sees Arcanine, he sees Altaria again. He says, okay, well, if there's an Altaria, I'm going to need something like Vaporeon, who can Ice Beam, or like Cofagrigus, who could Trick Room and be defensive. Like Cofagrigus, like, probably comes 100% of the time, but it's just like, what am I going to do about that? So it's interesting what I have to do, and if Cofagrigus comes, Virizian's not going to touch that. But if Virizion comes, it can help me against Lycanroc. It was a very like interesting thing where like I don't want to try to predict what Jack's going to bring, I'm gonna cover my bases with him. He's one of the best coaches if you're battling him somehow to cover your bases because it's very hard to predict. Some coaches you can very easily you can get 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6, and then the last 1 or 2 is just like, well, it's probably one of these, like I did in the finals, like I did week 1 this. So Jack, that'll never happen. So I think Victini and Zygarde are green because I thought he was guaranteed to bring them, and I literally just said he could easily not bring them. So don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. The battle will come up whenever we battle or whenever I record it. So thanks for watching up to this point, and hope the battle's good. Ooh, all right, we got a pretty good battle, pretty close battle this week. So if you see, look, he brought all the stuff. It's all stuff I prepped for. No super surprises here. Cofagrigus, probably like the worst of things, depending. I mean, I have like Celesteela to kind of wall it. I have Frostlass to hit it hard if I need to. Not terrible. I figured I'd lead with Nidoking because there's a chance he would lead with Pupper Rock. Or maybe Steelix, and those would be great Earth Power things. And I had switches for like Vaporeon and stuff that I thought he might lead with. So we'll just we'll get right into it here. So he leads with Vaporeon, and I go, okay, well, I could like try to Thunderbolt it. That's just horribly not worth it. So I'm gonna go into Celesteela. Not gonna go into Altaria for that Ice Beam. That is something I very much considered. So this is a free Leech Seed. I mean, he could scald me and be annoying, but it's okay. I mean, I kind of thought about setting the Ice Beam and not getting lefties back was kind of like, but whatever. So now I get a free switch into Nidoking, essentially on the Steelix, unless he's amazing and goes for like Heavy Slam or Earthquake on a Celesteela, which he does not do. So I have a free Earth Power on anything on his team. He stays in huge. So what I'm thinking happened here kind of is that he had a lot of special bulk into Steelix. He essentially said he miscalced. So I'm modest Life Orb, and if I'm timid, not Life Orb, that doesn't kill him. If I'm modest or Life Orb, it's a roll. So I think he basically calced a timid non-Life Orb Earth Power, and I just knew I could Earth Power anything on his team. He had nothing for this. Cofagrigus would probably get 2-hit KO'd by it, honestly. Zygarde, Victini, and Lycanroc would go right down, and Vaporeon, I would kind of get a scout on damage on that. So yep. So he goes back into Vaporeon, and I go, okay, I get Thunderbolt. No, okay. So bad things here. So he knocks out Nidoking. Now, here's the issue. If you saw my team builder, I didn't put like a ton of speed into Nidoking. I saw that Hydro Pump hit. I looked at Vaporeon's max speed, and it was like 2 or 3 higher than my Nidoking speed. I go, oh shit, because that very easily could have been Scarfed. It could be Specs. What I really should have done was calc that Ice Beam damage on Celesteela and checked to see if this thing were Specs, because not knowing if it's Specs or Scarfed, or not even, I don't know, or maybe not even choiced at all. I don't know. It's just like there's a lot of things that I didn't know because of that calc, or because of the way I built Nidoking, and I probably should have considered that in a Nidoking when I built it, that like maybe max speed Vaporeon or something could happen. So I mean, it's just like bad, bad that happened. But I also didn't have a switch into a Hydro Pump unless he missed. I mean, still at best, but Ice Beam did 25, so that probably would have done like about 50, honestly. So it would have been bad. So whatever. So now I can't go into Celesteela. I get another free Leech Seed, because this way I know even if it does do 50, then I can Leech Seed, Protect, do stuff like that. So he goes into Cofagrigus, and I go, okay, like this is kind of annoying, but not horrible. So I go for Toxic, and he goes for Calm Mind, and I go, okay, well, this thing either has Rest, and I'm screwed, or I'm just gonna stall him out. So I go for an Earthquake just for damage. I don't really have a switch right now, and he just shows Rest. So I go, okay, Calm Mind, Cofagrigus, unless I can try to set up with Altaria or Zero, is going to sweep me pretty quick here. So I'm just going to go into Frostlass and see he does absolutely talk. He pulls Rest. So super cool. I can now trick a Scarf, even if he Sleep Talks Shadow Ball this turn. It's fine. He'll be locked into it, and I get a free whatever. So he gets Rest again. Very good for me.
I mean, a calm mind on either of those turns wouldn't have made any difference in the end because he would have been locked into sleep talk at the end of it. So that's fine. I get a free Shadow Ball off onto Vaporeon. Does a decent chunk. Gets a special defense drop, and he's gonna double back into Cofagrigus, which is interesting because I very easily could have just Shadow Balled again, which I probably should have done in hindsight, obviously. So whatever. Leech Seed goes off. He Shadow Balls, no special defense drop. I go, okay, that's fine. I'm getting health back. He hasn't actually seen Protect yet, so I miss a Toxic. I'm playing Gray, so obviously I'm gonna miss a Toxic. So that's fine. I'm losing 12% a turn. It's not ideal, but it could be worse. So I'm gonna Toxic here. Take another Shadow Ball. Luckily, he hasn't got a special defense drop, or I might have had to try something else. So now I can get a good chunk of health back, and now I'm going to Protect, get my max Leech Seed. One thing that is kind of annoying is I don't get the Beast Boost because he dies to Toxic. I don't think I can get the Beast Boost from Leech Seed either, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so now he goes into this thing. I go, okay, well, he might try to set up. He might go for 1,000 arrows. I'll go into Frost Slash. Maybe take a hit, do whatever. No, okay, so yeah, that's choice banded damage 100%. And I now know he's banded. I can go into Altaria and Dragon Dance. So this is nice. I know 1,000 arrows won't kill me. It does a lot. Crit probably would they almost certainly would have killed me. Dragon Dance here, and now I know at speed because he is banded. Boom, return. Awesome. So that's good. I am adamant, so I can kind of kill everything. Potentially he goes into a Vaporeon. I'm like, well, this thing is definitely offensive at this point. So yeah, return crit did not matter. That does 1,000,000 damage. So now he goes into Victini. So here, a couple things. I can't justify the play I make right now, so don't even don't even ask me to. Altaria is not high enough health to live anything that Victini or Lycanroc can do, and if I switch it out, it'll have to come back in without speed and it'll die. So there's a 0% chance, even if this Victini is Scarfed. I'll know it's Scarfed if it outspeeds me, and then he'll be locked into a move, and I can play accordingly. If he isn't, I Earthquake, and that's a roll to kill because I'm adamant. What I choose to do is I basically, what is it called? Tunnel visioned onto the fact that I built Arcanine for Victini. So I just go, I'll keep Altaria around. Absolutely no reason to do this. Like I said, this thing is at too low of health. I was hindsight. I was potentially distracted while this was happening. This isn't like an excuse or whatever, but I'm pretty sure around this time people came home and I got distracted. Not they distracted me. I allowed myself to be distracted. It's not it's not an excuse. It's what happened, and it's keep the blame on me. So yeah, so I'm gonna switch out into Arcanine as he Z Sunny Days. So either Earthquake or the boldest Dragon Dance of all time would have won me the game 100% there. So now I'm in Arcanine. I go, okay, well it's still not anything. Psychic does 51%, and I Bulldoze, get rid of his speed, so that's fine. So Psychic now does 49%. So let me talk about that real quick. Max attack, modest Victini. Psychic does 43 to 52. So those were two extremely high rolls. I think it gave it, without ignoring a special defense drop, that was a 16% chance on those damage rolls. So I mean, there's a few things that are my fault there. One, not putting any special bulk into Arcanine and not giving it leftovers. That wins me the game. And not getting those low rolls. So it's I can talk all day and say he got really lucky with those damage rolls. But I should not have put myself in the position where those damage rolls could have even mattered. So that's just trash. So now I have to think here. Okay, well Altaria dies to a Psychic. Even with Akaberry, I think in the Sun, Celesteela will die to a Fire move. Presumably it's gonna be Blue Flare, or because I know he's max attack modest. He has, or I guess he could be plus special attack minus one of his defenses. But anyway, so I have to go to Zero Aura. I believe here that Draco, the Z-Power Dragon, is actually a roll to kill. I don't get it. That's like a min roll. I think maybe it could never have killed. I don't know. But so I get damage off. Yeah, had I been Electric Z or something or Knockoff, I don't think Knockoff would have killed. But still, no, it would definitely wouldn't have. But whatever. So now I can Protect with Celesteela. Now that I have Akka, the sun's down. I can Leech Seed. Live the Blue Flare. He does hit. That's fine. It's a pretty good chance to hit. And then I just Leech Seed for health back, basically to prevent Accelerock shenanigans and force him into Stone Edges. So He stone edges and misses. Yay! Had I leech seeded here, there was another chance I could have started protecting and done, shenanigans there. No, he's the second stone edge, so now I have to go into Altaria. Hope he does not hit a stone edge again. And he's gonna hit it. So I lose 1-0. It's a close 1-0. That game was very poorly played on both sides. We've talked about it a bit already. I mean, I don't know in hindsight like what he could have done, but staying with Steelix on Nidoking was a bad play. Bringing Vaporeon in on my +1 Altaria was a bad play. And obviously, from my side, switching out of Altaria when I essentially should have realized like the Vaporeon was scarfed. And also, and also just like stayed in for real reasons with Altaria to know that the Victini probably wouldn't have been scarfed, and even if it was, it should have stayed in. So like I threw the game in one play. He just kind of didn't do great. I mean, I did get like I said, had he pulled Shadow Ball on that first Cofagrigus Sleep Talk, I would have probably just gotten swept there. So like that was luck on my side. It was a 33% chance that I lost the game right there. But like, and those damage rolls were huge. My luck with damage rolls is horrendous. I have good luck with every single thing. Like basically not. There's very few crits in the battles I play. Usually I get lucky with like misses and flinches and stuff, like very slightly in my favor. But damage rolls are bad. But like I said, I mean like that switch out with Altaria, I was playing way too fast. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I got distracted, which is like my fault. Like like I said, I should have just been like, okay, Altaria is low enough health. There's no reason to switch it. It can't outspeed either of his two guys left. There's a lot of things. There's just no reason for it. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I said, like when you build a mon for something else, you just tunnel vision. You go like, okay, Arcanine is my Victini answer. Time to switch it in, and then it's like, oh, Psychic can 2-hit KO me. I didn't even think that was like a possibility, and it really wasn't. It was a 16% chance. Like out of all moves he could have had, like he could have had any sort of hidden power. It wouldn't have done as much as a Psychic. So, there's just like it was bad, and I gotta slow down on that. But otherwise, I mean, it was a good battle, and I am starting almost exactly the same as NSTL. Like I said before, last game I won 4-0. First game last season I won 5-0. Week 2 last season it was a very close 1-0 with like one or two questionable plays. So the season has started exactly the same. This matchup wasn't great. I should have won. I probably should have won 4-0 because I would have had Zera, Arcanine, and Celesteela left, or even if that even if Earthquake roll didn't kill Victini, I still had Arcanine to come in, bulldoze the speed away. Even if I got 2 KO there, then Victini is now, or sorry, bulldoze would have killed it, whatever. And then Lycanroc comes in, and then it has to deal with bulldozes and Celesteela. So it's like Zera could come in and kill it after bulldoze damage because Z Dragon had a chance to KO it from full again. So any damage on it, Zera comes in, and he would have had been like +4 to KO Zero with Accelerock, and if he's at -2 speed, I'm pretty sure Celesteela speeds him. So I would have won had I just stayed in an Earthquake. So now, like in the future, I just need to know to slow down. That even if I've built a mon specifically for another mon, it doesn't matter if I'm up 4-0 in a sweeping position. Don't throw it away. So I'm like it's like a regret battle. Like I'm upset with myself, but I'm not like heartbroken. I didn't get swept. I've yet to be swept in any capacity. My worst loss in NSTL and PTL still has been a 2-0, so like I feel okay about like differential and whatever. And Gray, his luck streak will come to an end. I don't know, it's not that dramatic, so that's fine. It's a tough loss, but we'll keep our heads up. We know we could have won it, which is much better than we got destroyed, right? So going forward, we got next week we got Helmy. He is actually 0-2. He's got a very scary offensive team, but I think I've already recorded the team builder. I feel pretty good about it, so we're gonna go from there. Thanks for watching, and that's it.